Hi Capricorn, I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining me for your mid-month money and career reading for October 2022. Bear with me. We're going to begin and pull from the small money and career deck and see what we get for you, okay? But do keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates and don't forget to hit that like button. Beyond Talented is coming out. We're going to stick with the 1, and we also have Extreme Abundance at the bottom. We'll actually go with the 2. But I feel like you're going to surprise people in regards to how confident you're feeling. I do sense that this confidence comes with a little bit of extra energy, and that may benefit your work all the meanwhile. But I sense that your talents are leading you to an immense amount of abundance, all right? People are seeing you as somebody who's going places, who doesn't settle for less, and who is a very, very hard worker, to the point where at times it stresses you out or it just leaves you feeling extra depleted, but the abundance should make up for it in your own mind, heart, and soul, at least to somewhat of an extent. And I sense that you're also feeling quite proper. I don't know why I feel I need to say that. Well-spoken, but potentially overthinking your words, right? What you're conveying, overthinking in general, potentially. So allow that to be minimalized or cut out altogether. But I just sense that you're seeing a level of career success that is needed at this time for you to move forward, or just remember or recognize why you made certain changes recently, or why you started what you started, okay? Or why an opportunity is meant for you in one way, shape, or form. There's just a very, very passionate way about you, okay? But at times you may feel as if you don't know how to express it in the right way. My best advice, Spirit's best advice, don't overthink it. It'll come out the way it's meant to, right? It will transform into your work or into a conversation, into moments in the way it's meant to, okay? And I just feel like that passion's going to leave people feeling quite inspired and potentially will give you an opportunity to make more money, all right? But slow it down. Slow it down, I feel the need to say. There's this inclination where you kind of, even if you're feeling calm in the moment or in certain ways, feeling the need to rush, right, when accomplishing tasks, to the point where you might slip up on your words, or you might miss something, or you might skip over something you need to accomplish or needs to be noticed. Wow, you can hear the ramble in the way I'm speaking. I just feel like you are knowing more than meets the eye. You're being viewed in a very knowledgeable light, all right? But that knowledge will come in handy even when it comes to somebody or multiple people who don't think they need it, okay, or just a little bit envious or just a little bit jealous. Sometimes when you're that talented, when you're very successful and you just have a lot to show off, even if you're not choosing to show it off, it leaves some people feeling a bit insecure or jealous. But listen to what you actually are feeling in the moment, okay? But I also feel like Spirit's going to speak to you loud and clear in certain ways. But I do sense that there's, whether it's through your work, with certain coworkers, people in the home situation, because that is a financial investment. But I just feel as if there's going to be a moment or two or several where you need to listen, all right, to somebody else, and that will benefit them. I know that there's going to be this inclination that comes over you where you want to speak, okay? You want to respond, you want to give your input, you want to help potentially, or just be opinionated in one way, shape, or form. But listening will be most beneficial, advantageous for both of you at that time. And I sense that it's going to remind you how fulfilling it is to be a listening ear, to be helpful, okay? It reminds you how beneficial it is for you on a soul level, on a growing level, when you help others. And some of you being drawn to this reading might have a career set in place or moving towards one where you help people, okay? What business could you start is what I'm getting. But we have the 6 of Pentacles and the Temperance card. So there's this vibe where, again, you need to have patience. I do feel like you might have Sagittarius in your chart, needing to have patience with other people you work with, or certain clientele, customers, boss figures, you name it, or who work for you, depending. I do feel as if there's this vibe where you need to, or being pushed to recognize the benefits of pouring into the cup of others or to one specific person. Because I feel like abundance, again, there's no shortage in the second half of the month for you. There's no shortage. Remember, that's not just monetary, but I do feel like the money's flowing in for you at this time, okay? But I sense that attention's flowing in, right? Sometimes that's a bit negative, but so be it. So some of you spotlight attention, public recognition. I do sense that you're being pushed to understand that your talents are just a portion of what you have at hand or will moving forward. So there's an expansion of your talent, your skill sets, right? You're going to see oneself learning more about yourself moving forward through your work, okay, through certain conversations. But yeah, there's this sort of very motivated vibe about you, right? Where you don't want to stop, you feel the need to keep going, but you're also feeling as if for whatever reason, people can't get the best of you, all right? In whatever way that ends up working out, I just feel like people see you as someone who's might occasionally get anxious due to what they're wrapped up with or other energies, or your own thoughts, expectations, but it's not happening in the second half of the month, potentially even the whole month. But I do sense that you just have a lot on your plate, okay? A new fresh start moving forward will leave you potentially with more on your plate, needing to reevaluate what actually is most important for you, okay, or what most beneficial. But I do feel as if there's a vibe where, a reminder, what can be pushed off, all right? Again, I know you want to accomplish more in one day, more in one week, in the month in general, but if something can be delayed a little bit, it's going to be beneficial, all right? Just kind of remember that prioritizing is a skill set you have, multitasking as well, right? Which will benefit you to an extent, but prioritizing, okay? What's going to the top of the list? What needs to get done immediately, and what can be pushed off? They're just saying be smart about it. Work smarter, not harder, okay? That's the vibe, the reminder coming through. But a Leo will be on your mind or be thought of, okay, in a time of need. Interesting. However, it ends up working for you, but I do sense that there's a reminder that you're so damn strong through moments of working or through all that you have to accomplish. But the possibilities are endless for you at this time, okay? Okay, like a feline, you have 9 lives. I just feel like you've been through a lot being drawn to this reading, and it may be coming up in one's mind, heart, and soul when you're working. Try to keep one's eyes on the prize, okay? Try to keep one's mind on focus on what's at hand. So there's a true benefit from staying in the present moment, okay? 727, 727, look up that angel number meaning. There's also going to be thoughts of what you want to move towards, doing what's right for Capricorn, but also what you left behind in the past and how that's benefiting you. Are you looking at the ring of light around the moon? Okay. When are you feeling emotional, and why is that? But your connection to the moon will be strengthened in a time when you need to realize or remember something, okay, in regards to the future of your career, your financial future, and even potentially what you've been through. There's moments, as I hear the dog shaking, where you need to simply shake it off, okay? Shake it off, whether it's emotions, the shakes, nervousness, feeling a bit overwhelmed, I feel the need to say. Again, having a lot on your plate as I see the 10 of Wands. Shake it off. You got this. You've been prepped for this, okay? In your situation or situations at hand, so much better than what you've dealt with in the past. You need to remember that, okay? At least in certain ways. But I do feel like there's reevaluating to take place. There's clarification coming in, knowledge even being gained. You could be going through a retraining or training in general for a job. You could find that there's new expansions taking place, downloads coming in from spirit. But I just sense that you're being pushed to recognize that you, again, know more than meets the eye. But again, reevaluating, reconsidering potentially. Some of you needing to understand if something isn't working for you at this point along your path. It may never have, you know, but either way, you do need to then plan for a new opportunity, right? Put in the effort towards researching or just mentally and emotionally preparing for a new start, whether that's a new job, a new business idea. It could be just a new living situation or something of the sort. I do feel like there's a new car on the horizon for somebody, but it just feels like it's the second half of the month where things don't feel like they're changing per se, but you are, okay? But if you desire change, that's on the horizon, okay? And I just feel like you're at times not trusting your intuition. That's also what I'm getting, okay? And that is going to need to change moving forward because you're very intuitive as an earth sign, okay? Feel grounded is now what I'm getting. Feel grounded. Trust your connection to nature. And then I just feel like there's a lot of realizations potentially in regards to a leap of faith, in regards to what you're manifesting when you're spending time alone. Some of you might work alone, but I just feel like the abundance is overflowing from your cup, and there may need to be a realization again, or an adjustment in perspective in moments of emotion, or in moments where you're connected to the moon. 1009, look up that angel number meaning. It's just a second half of the month where, again, your talents are being recognized, highlighted, and praised as you achieve a lot and abundance flows in. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your second half of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Capricorn.